Hi you guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome back. I did angel messages this morning with Mother Mary, with the Magdalene Oracle deck. But for some reason I couldn't upload the video. So it said something about assets not available. I don't know. So I'm recording through YouTube so that it gets through this time. I did a pick a card and I did a Mother Mary twin flame message, and neither one of those was able to upload. So I'm going to record through YouTube and I'm going to try this again because the angels definitely wanted to get a message out through me, and so maybe I just needed to redo it this way. So I'm going to do a pick a card just because I feel like that's the way that we can get to as many people as possible. And this Magdalene deck is a new deck. So I will read from the book on that one, and the images are really beautiful. So again, like I said in the other video that was recorded, Mother Mary's energy, the mother energy, has been very, very present this week for the feminines. Of course, with reason. At the bottom of the deck, and for theme purposes, we got the resurrection. So definitely things are being reborn. We are rising collectively, masculine and feminine, and some major changes are occurring here, right? Let me go ahead and pick some more angel messages. This is another new deck I have. I bought the Archangel Oracle deck. So let's see what they have for us today. And I just want to set the intention that this reading is done in the name of unconditional love, for the highest and greatest good of my viewers, subscribers, and anyone brought to my channel. I intend for this message to be timeless, and to just be a message from Spirit and the angels. Bottom of the deck here. Indigo and crystal children. You have a bond with children. In particular, you can help children who are sensitive. So somebody here tuning in today has indigo or crystal children. I know I have a crystal or indigo child, starseed. He's amazing, very connected. He was actually super happy when he realized I had a YouTube channel. He also tunes into the dragons. In fact, way before I did. So if you have any children who are, who have shown some spiritual insight, or they've told you that they've seen something, believe them. Our magic is taken from us when we're little because we're told it can't be real, and we lose that connection to source. But children are a very clear connection to source. They're very insightful, and we should listen to them. So child, again, you care deeply about children, and they readily respond to your love. All children, including your own inner child, require love, affection, and attention. We can clear and open your heart and schedule so that you can give more time and energy to the children who need you, including your inner child. So there may be people watching right now. The angels just want to say there's some inner child work to be done. A way to do this is inner child meditations. You can imagine yourself as a child, or as a baby, sitting in your lap. You could tell, whatever your core issues are, you can speak to your smaller self. You are loved, you are safe, you can never be abandoned, God loves you, those things. And if you're really spiritual, then you'll understand the significance of this and how in time it would help. It might sound a little crazy at first, but believe me, there's a reason. And then on the bottom of the deck here, big happy changes, right? There's big happy changes. The angels just want to tell us thank you for doing the work. Changes are happening. Keep the faith. They're here with us, and we just have to stay tuned in, tapped on, and moving forward, right? So these are messages from the universe. This one's sticking out too, so I use it as the bottom. The theme for this deck: energy flows where my intention goes. Right. So whatever you intend, you want to keep your energies high, so that the intentions that you're setting out for manifestation that are coming to pass are for your greatest good and what you want, right? Aligned with your purpose, with your heart. Let's do a sacred geometry activation here for each. Perfect. On the bottom of the deck, delight. I love when the angels are so straightforward. The frequency of delight supports our capacity to create and experience feelings of intense joy and happiness. The more delight we feel, the more delight we invoke in others. Correct. So the delight activation, be in that joyful energy so you can be reborn in faith and strength and all the beautiful things that are meant for you. Let's see, what other deck here do I have? Oh, okay. I'll use the Archangel Tarot just to be a little bit more specific. So let's get 2 Archangel Tarot cards for each pile. All right. On the bottom of the deck, 4 of Gabriel, which is the 4 of Wands. You know, it's the twin flame indicator. Time for a celebration, abundant rewards for hard work, release yourself from burdensome situations. Right. Wait. Yeah, the 4 of Gabriel is the 4 of Wands. Yeah, the marriage card. For a second, I thought it was the 4 of Cups. And actually, the 4 of Cups is right underneath. Seek out other possibilities. Look for the magic in life. Be aware of your own emotions. Right. So the 4 of Cups is all about not focusing on the cups, like the disappointments, and focusing on what's coming, you know, the other cups that haven't fallen. Or you know what? Yeah. Not to focus on the 3 cups in front of you that have fallen, but the 1 cup that is coming from above that you've manifested, right? Because it is what you want. So, let me see. Any other cards here? I have these new cards from Reawakening the Soul. They're really nice. So let's just get. They were from Etsy. Just some random cards that I picked. I really like the art on them. And then we're gonna get started here. All right, and then the bottom of this deck, growth. Right, the angels want you to know that we are growing. This is part of the journey. What we've been through has been part of the journey. We're cycling. We're ending old cycles, starting new ones. So group number, right now I'd like you guys to concentrate on whether you want to choose group pile number 1, pile number 2, or pile number 3. Just take a deep breath, close your eyes, go look at the number. The numbers always speak to me, so I'm sure that they will speak to you. Just getting rid of these cards here, and we will get started with group number 1. All right. Yeah. Let's get these over here. Wow, there's a lot of messages here, so I'm just trying to gather. So as the theme card, we got the beloved, right? So to me, of course, that made me think of automatically twin flames, right? The beloved, right? But this can also be God, of course, your connection to God. You are an inspiration just as much as you contain the spark of God within you, right? I'm going to put that here. And then for sacred geometry, we got divine masculine, which is like another confirmation. This could be a twin flame message, likely will be if you chose number 1. It says the frequency of divine masculine supports our strong, focused, and active side, allowing it to express itself while helping us to bring our dreams and ideas into form with kindness and wisdom. This could also be referring to the masculine energies. You know, they're both leaning towards, the balancing of the divine masculine or the masculine energy, right? That could either be in physical form, in inner form, doesn't necessarily have to be the physical representation of the divine masculine. So we got 8 of Michael and Knight of Raphael. So 8 of Michael, you can be free. Make a courageous choice to change your situation, not seeing things clearly. And then Knight of Raphael, committed romantic relationships, being swept off your feet, situations or topics that make your heart flutter. Right, so there's a little bit of inconsistent here, right? It looks like a battle between the mind and the heart, right? So if you chose number 1, this may be happening at the moment. And what I'm getting here is that your mind is misleading you Um, this is a committed relationship. This is a divine masculine, or you needing to balance a divine masculine within if it's outwardly expressing itself less than kosher, right? To balance that energy within. And then we got be honest with yourself. Look into your heart and you will know the truth of the situation. It's safe to admit the truth to yourself, for we will support and guide you through any unnecessary changes. Lean upon us for courage and the strength to take good care of yourself. Focus only upon your true desires and they'll come to you upon open angel wings. And then you got clear cognizance. Pay attention to the thoughts and ideas that come to you as they are answered prayers, right? Then we got the no card. And then we got the beauty card. Look at that, two swans, which is also another indication of, like, you know, divine union, something beautiful here, manifesting something beautiful here to learn, some realization here that union is within before it is without. What I'm getting from these cards, with the pay attention to your thoughts and ideas that come to you so as they are answered prayers, and the note from the universe, I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with the eyes of love. So what I'm getting with this is that you're looking at someone through your head and not your heart, right? And if this is a twin flame relationship and this person has hurt you and you've had to step away from this person, or you need to step away from this person because there's some toxicity there, right? There's an imbalance in the relationship. That's just a reflection that there is a imbalance within you, and your masculine energies. You're giving away your power where you needn't, and there needs to be some healthy boundaries, right? But this is your beloved, you know. We are talking about, and now I'm getting, any separation that you feel from someone in the physical is just an indication that you have that illusion perspective that you are somewhat separate from God, and you're not, right? Or separate from your masculine, even if in the physical he is not with you, or he's in a karmic relationship or whatever. He, you know, when you are a true twin, regardless of what they're choosing with their free will, you know, in your soul, you know that you're twins, and it's not something that you could so easily let go of. And you need to look at it from that higher perspective, from that fifth dimensional perspective, and be honest with yourself. If you know for a fact that this is your twin, and that, or you don't know and you have doubts, it's time to be honest with yourself about this connection and go back to the beginning when you first suspected that it was. Let go of the shadow on the things clogging your mind, right? Because that is not the truth of the situation. The truth of the situation is not judging the other person and what they're doing. The truth of the situation is, how are they reflecting to you? That you have an illusion here of separation that is not accurate, right? Either feeling separate from God, feeling separate from your masculine and the physical, feeling separate from who you really are. The answer is no. Pay attention to the thoughts and ideas that come to you as they are answered prayers. You might be getting communication telepathically in the 5D, you know, or there might be union in the 5D with the swans, or, you know, there's beauty in the lessons here, regardless of what it might look like in the outside and what your head is telling you. Okay? So again, the frequency of divine masculine supports our strong, focused, and active side, allowing it to express itself while helping us to bring our dreams and ideas into form with kindness and wisdom. Right, so, you know, focus your intention, regain your power, because you have a perspective here that is skewed, and that you need to go back to the spiritual side of what this lesson is trying to teach you, okay? Because it is what you thought it was, and you need to be more honest with yourself about why this came into your life and what it was here to teach you. All right, well, strong message. I hope that resonated with someone. I hope that you don't take that wrong. Remember that you are loved. That you are loved, and that everything in our life is serving us. You know, serving us for lessons, for spiritual awareness, for ascension. My goodness. Yeah. So for group number 2, for the Magdalene card, you got crucifixion. And I'm going to read this from the book because I don't want to mess this up. And these are new cards. So I just want to be as accurate as possible here. You are causing yourself much unnecessary suffering by thinking that you need to improve in some way before you can find peace and fulfillment. For much of your life, you have tried to hide the parts of you that you don't think are lovable. Yet the things you repress or hide resurface through external situations until you learn to accept and love them. A world of infinite possibilities awaits you if you can just learn to be yourself and love yourself as you are. Inside, you are there as a shining star. Allow the light of your star to shine forth, and you will find that people will love you just as you are. Over the coming weeks, pay close attention to your thoughts. When you find yourself thinking negatively or fearfully, consciously transform that thought into a loving one and continue doing this until the cycle is broken. This will take time, dedication, and perseverance, but the rewards will eventually be great. Right, so you may be crucifying yourself in your head, group number 2, and you need to shift your perspective. And what's funny is that you also got the moon cycles card with the archangel oracle. Notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations, and capitalize upon these cycles. Yeah, so time to transmute any energies. In the full moon that just passed, we're still a little bit in that energy, and in the cycles to come, use the full moon and the things that come up as a way to transmute negative thinking, right? You got the King of Raphael and the Five of Michael. Yes, it is safe to trust the ability to accomplish many things at once. Follow your creative passions. And Five of Michael, this situation doesn't serve you. Release your attachment to the outcome. Consider taking a more uplifting approach. So what I'm getting here is that's kind of like group number 1, a battle between the heart and the mind. There are some things that aren't serving you here, and this is what you're transmuting in these full moon energies. That's what's coming up, crucifixion. It's time to get out of your head and into your heart, and follow your creative passions, because that's what's going to be serving you right now. Stop crucifying yourself and believing that, having an attachment to feelings of unworthiness or they are not deserving. Those are not serving you, right? Transmute those in these full moon cycles. Get out of that mental crucifixion, and step into trusting in God and the angels, that in following your passion you will succeed, right? And we're getting change. The frequency of change supports our ability to gracefully dance with the forever changing nature of reality, both inward and outward, so that we can appreciate the sweet release of the old and the birth of the new. That's a third card on cycles, right? It was talking about that in crucifixion, because once crucifixion was over, it's like the death, right? The death and then the rebirth. So change is here. Number 12, divinely guided by spirit and the higher. Follow your creative passions. Follow your inner voice. If wolf is a spirit animal for you, go into your heart, meditate, be still, be present, and focus on what really turns you on, right? What really provokes passion with you. And listen to your inner voice and get out of your head. Your inner voice, like your intuition, and your connection to source, not your ego or your mind. And then we got, I honor how I want to feel, right? Again, it goes back to the Five of Michael and the King of Raphael. Like, don't focus on the negative and the mental chatter that says that you cannot do this. Honor how you want to feel, and then move towards that with passion, right? Then we got acceptance and ask your angels. See yourself and others through the eyes of the angels with unconditional love and acceptance. In this way, you inspire and lift everyone to their highest potential. And what I believe this is for you. I'm getting for group number 2. You have the highest potential. You need to believe that and accept that all these things that you've been telling yourself about yourself and that have kept you in your head and out of change and in that old cycle, it's time to say, that's not true. I'm going to tell a different story. The story is that I do have passions that can inspire me and launch me forward, and they are here now. The change is available to me. This was just a cycle of learning to get out of the ego and into my heart and unconditional love, right? I'm going to honor the way I feel. I'm going to listen to my inner voice. I'm going to ask the angels to help me with release any self-sabotaging behaviors. Help me release any part of me that is unbelieving of my potential. And I'm going to get out of that crucifixion energy. I'm going to end this cycle and I'm going to be reborn, right? So group number 2, get out of your head into your heart. The change is here. You're the only person that is stopping you at this time. And those stories that you're telling yourself that are crucifying you in your head, they're not true. And the cycle is over and it's time to move on, okay? And we're at that 0 point right now, which is a perfect time to manifest that the full moon was in Libra, and which at 0 degrees, which means that it was here to launch us forward, to help us release what is no longer serving us, and to launch us forward with intention for everything that we want, right? Okay. So group number 3. For the Mother Mary card, you got, the Magdalene Oracle, you got War and Peace. So I'm going to read to you what that is, because that is the theme of for number 3 of the reading. And War and Peace. There is a clash between your logical mind and a heartfelt yearning and present. And by the way, all 3 piles have said the same thing. This is the message from the angels today. There is a war in the mind, between the mind and the heart, and that's an imbalance. And the full moon in Libra was illuminating this for you so that you can release it and move forward. There's a clash between your logical mind and a heartfelt yearning at present. Your heart is pulling you in one direction while your mind pulls you in another. This is creating an inner war which is responsible for the stress you are feeling. The way to overcome your current dilemma is by embracing both your heart and mind. Trust what your heart is saying, yet apply logic and common sense also. Inner peace is only possible by embracing both sides of your nature. Acknowledge any fear you may have, but do not allow it to stand in your way. Only by doing what feels right in your heart will you move closer to fulfilling your dreams. Yet you also need to be rational about your decisions, for both heartfelt inspiration and practical logic are necessary in order to achieve a harmonious, successful outcome. Right? So a need for balance, a need for alignment between your heart and your mind. And you got 6 of Raphael, embrace your inner child, new friends or rekindled relationships, child or childhood. Yeah, the 6 of Cups usually means reunion. Queen of Michael, brilliant, self-reliant, insightful, humorous. You know exactly what to do, the benefit of experience, a time for career rather than relationships. So what I'm getting is here that maybe, a past life connection in terms of career is coming into your life, a boss maybe, or someone who's hiring you who came from a past life. And it's time to focus on this career because it's divinely guided. There's a lot of lessons to learn here and a lot of growth for you. This could also mean other people from your past. It says a time for career rather than relationships. But with the 6 of Raphael, I think that you may be torn between this. Maybe a romantic relationship that has, this is the second thing I'm getting, a romantic relationship that has come in from the past, and you're like focused on career, and you're kind of like, okay, what do? I don't want to focus on something that has failed in the past. Using your logical mind, which is good. Focus on you, stay in your power, but that doesn't mean that that you can embrace your inner child and go back to, and be in a relationship that will ultimately serve you if that's what it's come here to do, right? And then for sacred geometry, we got the magic card. The frequency of magic supports our intrinsic ability to grow and expand this moment, to move toward possibilities and expressions that are as grand as and profound as we can imagine. All that is required is our belief in their manifestation, right? So believe in magic. Believe that you can accomplish everything. You can be successful at work. You can be successful in reconciling a relationship that could potentially serve you in the long run. Believe in magic, right? Everything is happening for a reason. Then we got the leadership card. Archangel Gabriel, it is time for you to assume your leadership power and position and lovingly guide others. That's another thing. That's why I was getting in the beginning work. You're being guided to help others through your career, through some past life connection to this new career that you're embarking on or that you're focusing on, and that you're meant to be a leader here and to guide people in that, right? But it does involve your heart and what makes you feel good. right? And it is aligned with your life. Believe in the magic of all things and everything coming into your life for a reason, right? And on the bottom here, we got, I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. Right? The owl for wisdom. Yeah, and then the next card, meditation brings answers. Right, so it's calling you to meditate here, to be present in the moment, to believe in magic, to realize that everything is in light of a bigger picture, that source is divinely guiding everything that is happening. If you're feeling any conflict inside between your heart and your head, like I said before, the war and the peace, just make sure that you are meditating, because that will definitely help you. Bringing consciousness and awareness to the situation is what's going to help it move forward in a positive way, right? Then it says, see only love. Look past the seeming errors, mistakes, and misunderstandings. See only the love within each person, including yourself. Your resolute focus upon the love that underlies every situation brings about healing in undreamed of ways. Yeah, so if this is if you're at war in a love connection between your head and your heart, and you're in that Queen of Swords energy where you're too logical and not thinking with your heart, and this is calling for you to think with your heart because it's, the Six of Cups, something coming from your past that's here to teach you something, a past life love. See only love. Believe in the magic. If someone is coming to you with a strong offer and integrity, there's no reason for you to be, and you love that person and you want that, give them the benefit of the doubt. See only love. But of course, be wise, be logical. Don't make any decisions that could affect your stability, right? But just, give people a chance and meditate and find forgiveness because it's necessary, right? And then for the reawakening of the soul, you got the vision, right? So you have the power to see this for what it is and for its greater meaning, group number 3. So just make sure that you're focusing on that, your inner knowing, your intuition, your guidance from your higher self, because this situation is serving you at a greater extent that you can see from just looking at it in the 3D, right? See only love. You look at it from that higher template, right? And stop being at war with your heart. It's okay to forgive somebody and take someone back if that person you and that person have a soul bond that is meant for greater things, right? And sometimes we need to look at things outside of the ego, in the way of unconditional love, right? So group number 3, I really hope that these are all groups. I really hope that these messages resonated with you. Thank you for coming back to my channel. Please like and subscribe and share if you are so called. If you would like a personal reading, my information will be below. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's lightwork2332. I'm here to serve you. And thanks again for tuning in. Take care. Thank you, angels, for your messages.